she, Fae, any pronouns. Let's pass this over to Sparrow.
Hi, I am aBlackSparrow, and I am a founder here at Feywild Now, playing Worq. My pronouns are he, him. Worq's pronouns are he, him. I'll throw it on over to Maz.
Hi, I'm Moz. I'll be playing Adrana Sargas today, the only Turian female in this war. Like, what the heck? Like, they have a wonderful sniper rifle and have yet to use it? What? How? Their pronouns and my pronouns are she, they. Oh, and
it's me.
over to, yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry.
I'll take it from here. Moz. Hello, I'm DarrylDorsey. You can find me on the internet at Mr_DarrylDorsey, and I will be playing Darius Okar. We both share he/him pronouns. He is your infiltrator pistolero, and he has a gun, and he got to use it because he didn't bring a gigantic, ridiculous anime-style sniper rifle. Moving on.
Hello, I'm Jade, I use she, they pronouns, and today I'm playing Nixeris, who also uses she, they pronouns, and probably more than that. And Nixeris has both used her shotgun, oh my god, I just like choked on my own spit, shotgun and her biotics, but she said she was gonna buy a shotgun mod, and hasn't yet, so yeah, we're gonna see what's in the armory, I suppose, for this episode. But I wanted to say that we have a giveaway, and Sparrow is going to actually talk about this giveaway this time. We're switching up our order.
Yes. Hi. Did you think that this kind of board game situation looks real cool? Well, you can have one on us. So if you use the the command M as in mass, E is in effect giveaway, ME giveaway. It'll give you a lovely little link. Put it in chat right about meow. And that will, if it does not want to work, that's okay. I happen to have it happened already. That's because Serenity did it. That's why I put a lovely cooldown so people didn't spam it. Ha! But there it is. So go ahead and enter. You have until basically the end of the next session on February. I believe that's February 3rd, yeah, to enter in. So get moving on that because it's really cool, and we'd love to have it basically in your hands. So that's a lovely thing that Modifius and Feywild now are doing. So join us by joining that giveaway, and we will see you next week to see who wins. And then I'll throw it to myself.
Yeah.
The content warning situation right now. So, Mass Effect Mirage is set in a science fiction-based setting on an MA-rated video game. Please enjoy responsibly. Content warnings for this episode may include violence, weapons, war, organized crime / gang activity, sexual content, genocide in context to the Reapers with organic talks of the Genophage, drinking / drug use, political espionage, corruption, racism, and rodents. We encourage you to step away if at any point this content becomes not enjoyable for you. We are keeping each other safe at the table, and we want you to enjoy safely as well. Please use !CW in chat to review our content warnings at any time.
Oh yeah. And get back to Serenity to bring us into the game. And I will turn off the great purgatory beats.
I will make this fast so we can get back to music because it's good. Last time, we spent our time on the ship. We had just gotten the Mirage hacked by someone on the other line of the communicator that was connected to the ship in searching for research and for trying to figure out who was on the other end of it. With everyone in the crew helping, they were able to slowly kick the hacker out of the ship, as well as keep them distracted, get a little bit more information, until eventually he did one final thing, which the crew hasn't found out yet. It looks like there's only one more unknown that's in the... I told you about this. That's in the main... There's an unknown marker still in the main room in the communications. And after that, everyone took a little break to go talk about it. But not before Darius did a sick kickflip, checking in on Mira, and definitely didn't fall. Crazy, no way. And
Sweet Chris Brown move.
and eventually, after some talking, some trying to figure out what's happening, they brought the Mira, the woman who was the last to, or the only person, last and only, assumably, person to live past whatever happened in the Far Rim, to which she described as a black hole of sorts. When that happened, everyone started to try to figure out what to do next before setting off to counter people with black holes, the insurgents, which seems to be some sort of they don't know exactly yet, but the Batarians in there are really upset about what occurred a long time ago. So who has stuff they want to do? Basically, Mira has explained what she saw, and you guys are technically heading back towards Omega at this point.
I think that if I remember at the end of the session, we wanted to message basically some of the specters and the council. So, but we also need to figure out what we want to tell them and what we don't want to tell them, if we don't want to tell them everything. So, yeah. Anyone that Mix mentioned talking to the Solarian Spectre, and then I don't remember which. I think it was your friend that Darius wanted to talk to.
Yes, the one that gave us the ship. Yep.
Dread and X.
Yes, Dread and yes, and definitely. Well, he thinks he's their partner. I'm sure. No one's around to appreciate the teasing, so I don't think Darius is going to bring that up. But yes, he'll message at least Dread. But he will mention that he's doing so, and will. Matter of fact, I'll just roleplay this. So, I think we're at a place where we need to actually contact, the Spectres, considering we are the ones that are researching for Spectres. But how much information do we exactly want to give to them? Because some of this, I'm sure, or perhaps even all of it, we could take care of ourselves. It just I want to leave this to a group type of dynamic, as that's what we are. We are a team.
I mean, so they need to know. Because I wanted to ask some questions to another Spectre, so we made sure that we are putting out the same information. I wanted to ask the Solarian Spectre about anything technology-wise creating black holes, not biotics simulating black holes, but actually black holes. So they would need to know about that. Other information, because if out of context, someone just asked me about how to create a black hole, I would be kind of suspicious. So we can say that somebody is using technology to make black holes. But outside of that, I think that's all that we need to give. Unless there's stuff that you want to give, Darius.
Well, at the moment we have a heading, but the bigger problem, I think, would be for the Spectres to find the person that created the said technology and is dispersing it, not so much this one group that is using it. I feel like if we get to a point where we believe we need more help, we can send that message. But I would rather them be on alert just in case. So let's add we'll keep updated if we need assistance at the end, but not give too much more information.
Yeah.
Does that work for everybody else?
Do you think that people on this ship could figure out how to counteract some technology? I'm worried about if we, say, drive our ship, the Mirage, into their range, then we get hit with a black hole too. So I don't know if we need any type of technology or things like that. I'm not really a ship's expert, but to, not get hit by a black hole. So I'm not sure who would be able to answer that information.
I know who, but I don't think that they are going to want to answer me. You should ask for Quill. And he whispers it. He kind of says it just loud enough that only you can hear it. You should ask for their assistance. They're not going to.
I think, and then Nixeris is gonna lean in forward to Darius. I think that she can hear us. And then we'll go back. And it's whatever. I'll do it.
Does she show up?
I'm so sorry. Did you
Also-
actually call? Go ahead.
I was going to say, also, for the people watching, how does my mic sound now? I turned myself up just a little bit.
It's funny because I also turned you up, so then it came out really loud. But I think we're at a good equilibrium now.
Well, we'll work it out. No worries.
It was really funny because I was like, "Oh my god!" Trying to be cool, be cool, be cool. Hello.
That's what kind of got me. So I just want to confirm. Did you call for Quill?
I think the exchange was Darius is like, we should call Quill, and then I'm like, I think that she can hear us. So if Quill would want to pop up by me saying, I think that she can hear us, then yeah, but if not, then Nixeris will call Quill after.
I was just saying, hey, Nix, you should be the one to call them because you'll probably get the answer you want. Apparently, I'm persona non grata here.
It doesn't pop up.
And then Nix will kind of do a little holotype, I kind of expected her to show up. Hey Quill, I have some questions about things. Also, and then also turn to Mira. That's the alliance officer, right? Mira. We're just gonna be asking questions and trying to figure out our next move, so you don't need to be here unless you want to. I don't want to keep you here and bore you.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't had a good night's sleep since I got to Omega. So, if it's okay with you, I think sleep is in order.
100%.
And then
Well,
she'll salute and leave to go back towards the room she's been designated. As you call for Quill specifically, they pop up immediately.
So Quill, do you know how we can make the ship not get hit by a black hole beam? I don't know any other.
DM, how about you tell us exactly how we avoid this?
I need to see what she
this
knows.
all-knowing
Face
AI.
it.
This AI is hooked up to the internet. They know everything. Tell us everything.
I think that Nixeris is probably sometimes a boomer that when a boomer asks Siri for something. I don't know. I'm not worrying about this technology stuff. Everyone does this for me. Well, what does the AI do? Everything?
Hey Siri, how do I not get hacked on Facebook? I want to not get hacked on Facebook.
Just ask the AI at the brothel. Hey, you block this person for me? I don't want to talk to them anymore. Does I know how to block them themselves?
I feel like that would work though, because it would
Yeah.
block them off your books.
Yeah, it would.
Mhm.
So I mean, she's around to
They'd
know
be
it.
It'd be like person blocked. Like, you know, like it's so easy. But like in this, Quill.
So funny.
I also want to see what form they pop up in. So give me just a second.
There's different forms.
Yeah, they typically adjust to what like
Oh,
a person they're talking to.
Amazing.
So there's a high likelihood it may just be Asari, but
Yeah. Damn it.
yeah, it's gonna be Asari. So same like visage, like same like softer form, but in the blue still holographic tone, so it doesn't like change too much other than the fact that the face looks very similar, but instead of hair, it moves back into tendrils. So just slightly adjusting for comfortability. She goes, unfortunately, that is not a problem I've ever had before. I'm sure we can do some research, but typically going headfirst into a black hole is the end.
Nyxeris will kind of like look at like Darius and Adrana. You know, I don't know what I expected, but I was kind of hoping that there would be an answer. And turns back to Quill. So would that be we should talk with other people and you to research this?
mean, there's a
Can someone help me
possibility.
out here? I don't know anything about any of this.
Well, there's a possibility that we
Nice.
could probably, since we know what we're looking for, and the fact that it is a machine or some type of technology that's giving out, that's creating these black holes, it would have to give off a massive energy signature. We could probably scan for that, even when it's not being used. And he just kind of starts mumbling. He kind of goes into like a Deku mumbling state of just like of electronic stuff to himself. It's like I could probably write up some code for that and then run a program through it with Quill. Shiva
Wow.
could probably.
Well, he looks for that. Yes, something special like this. I would look for who wants it, honestly. That's kind of what my crew would kind of get into. Who's trying to buy it already, who's talking about it already, who's using those special words, you know, that they want those special buyers for. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. I also thought Quill would have more answers, so my help on this is very limited.
Well, I am
But-
sorry to disappoint.
Oh my
It comes out
goodness, they're
very
still here.
Starkey.
No, you're perfect.
Oh, Quill, you're
We're just dumb.
wonderful. You are, yes.
Darius snaps
I've
out of it
never
just
seen
enough
this
to be
before.
like, Adrana, welcome to what I've been dealing with. You're
Oh
wonderful.
no, I think you're wonderful, Quill. I have never seen this, and the idea of, did anyone else feel that that would be the end? Just like a horrible existential dread? Just no, just me, yeah, that's what I felt. So yeah, answers, very little. That's where I would look. Something that we could do online, just see what people know, hear, get somewhere where we can track it down.
Are you doing okay?
Me?
Yes.
Well, something that creates black holes, and then Quill tells you this is the end. No.
Well, that was
I would say
simply
this-
if you walked head first
That was
into it.
well. That was if
But
we
don't
flew into
usually-
a black hole.
True, yes, but usually they kind of pull you in.
True. That is true.
Mhm.
But this is
I'm
technology. and
saying, as
technology
a
can't
person
be
who's
blocked.
never met someone who's ever escaped a black hole.
There's a
Maybe
joke
we
in there
will-
somewhere, but I'm not gonna make it. So,
Mhm.
maybe
Worq,
we
don't look
will
at me
also
like that.
get lucky, like the human did.
Shit. Why are we sending to bed? That's what we should have asked. Okay.
I mean, we did.
Knocks on the. Hey, wake up. How did you escape the black hole?
I
Well, she
mean,
told you that.
yeah, Mir.
Oh, she did? Okay, sorry. It's
She
been a
was
bit.
just
It's very
there,
weak.
and then, but she did an escape pod, and then it was gone.
Yeah, essentially the escape pod went out fast enough and far enough that she was
Escape
fine.
the event horizon.
Exactly. So the rest of the ship was gone, but the escape pod was able to make it out. So it was luck. It was luck.
Yeah. Something that could create
Given
that's
it has
messy.
To be it has to be on a ship. Like it has to be on a ship because it's happening in different locations. So they have to have attached this to the ship's weaponry, which again, it has to draw a massive amount of power. Lord knows what type of ship it was to begin with.
And we're only thinking it's one weapon, right?
I mean, it could
One
be a massive
singular-
coordination of multiple ships coalescing in this event. That would take calculations that I believe are beyond that of a humanoid. But anything is possible. I mean, it's a black hole machine, so anything is possible. Remember once upon a time when there was just like gigantic robots bent on the destruction of all sentient life? That seemed impossible too. That's all you know.
Yeah, point.
Yeah. I feel like we should really throw away the whole things are impossible thing when you really think about the grand scheme of what life cycles have been through.
Still doesn't destroy what we are standing up against.
Yes.
There has been multitude of events in our history, in what we know, and singular groups of people stood against them without knowing if they would not reach the other side. And yes, I understand what you're saying, but to find something like this, once they have rested, maybe we'll get a couple more answers from Mira, and we can go from there. But as Nick said, I don't know a lot, and that's overwhelming. So the best I can do is prepare what I know. I can call on my crew if they're interested, if we're okay sharing that with them, but that'll be a couple extra people. And then let's get word to some people who might know, like you said, Nick. Asking around, see what people know. Also, if you want to work on some of that code, that would be really useful.
When you say that, you turn to Darius. He's been looking at you talking the entire time, but his hand has been fully working on something. But he hasn't broken eye contact with you since you've been speaking. And as soon as you finish talking, that's when he actually breaks it.
She'll do a kind of like smirk and a nod saying like, continue. And then look to Nyx for what they think.
I mean, I agree. Things can be possible always, but doesn't make it not bullshit. So I think that we can ask around with the least of information as possible. Darius can work on his code. and I guess we gotta figure out how we're gonna kill a bunch of Batarians and other people that are on that base.
Finally, my part of the conversation.
As Worq pushes himself off of the wall and like rubs his hands together like Birdman.
Let's go. Because
I've
that.
been sitting waiting on my part of the plan. I'm here now.
And I said that just because I knew that that would get you interested. But we do need to figure that out. Suit up, gear up, fix whatever stuff we need to as well. And also, I'm making it mandatory because I think consistently for a couple nights ago, we have eat at the wrong hours. Like, I haven't seen everyone eat at the same time. So, tonight, let's all eat at the same time, yeah?
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Fine.
Okay.
Fine. But drinks are on me.
Oh. Maybe I should have made this mandatory sooner.
Yes, we
Okay,
should
that's-
have a lot more parties a lot sooner than the day before. Whatever this is gonna be.
And there's the
Let's relax on the
extra.
mandatory word. Let's relax on the mandatory word.
Mm-hmm. And there's an extra room and where we are, and there's an extra room in the captain's quarters, so extracurricular activities base, I suppose, which what I heard is not really that common on like these military ships, but you know, it's whatever. But so, and then she'll turn to Worq. Got any words of wisdom, oh ancient Krogan?
Oh,
She says that while
ancient
they're like
Krogan.
not that far apart in age.
Oh, ancient one, tell us your wisdom from times long past.
Does he actually say that?
Yes,
You...
yes. He does
Adrana
give you-
also
he
said,
does-
"Oh,
he
ancient
does.
one," and goes like this.
Need to flip a coin. Hold on.
Oh my god, I have a cat trying to eat Q-tips. Please stop, dude. This was not look like this earlier.
Worq snorts real heavily and then narrows his eyes in Darius's direction, and then just like turns and walks out of the room. It was either that or headbutt the fuck out of Darius, and the coin said tails. So Worq leaves the room.
As
I
Worq
would have preferred
leaves-
the headbutt attempt. I would have preferred the headbutt attempt.
Thought about it.
As
Coin
Worq
said no.
leaves, Quill goes, "Good job. You ruined it."
I feel like this is a human thing. This is a human thing. I was the second person to say something. What the... Anyway.
The third. But that's okay. I'm sure counting
third.
is not a human thing either.
Wow. Wow.
What did you do
Wow.
exactly to?
So how about we copy all your files to another blue box and see how you turned out that time? Will that work? Oh God. I've
Good
been trying
luck
to be
trying to
nice
get
as
rid
a-
of me.
I didn't say try to get rid of you. I just meant make another version of you.
Ooh, I would not recommend that.
Yeah, it might turn out evil. And he just kind
Or
of stares.
She'll just go, "Or good," and then her head will tilt before she looks to the other two. I will
I can
do
tell
research.
that Dread put you on this ship. I know it. He knew. Oh, he knew. He
Who?
is gonna get it.
You mean the Spectre? I've never met him before, other than the one time he was on the ship. Anyway, I will do research and get back to you as soon as I have more information.
Sounds good, Quill. Thank you.
And Quill will disappear.
I'm going to work my way to the armory to see what kind of mods they have, and I'll draft a message to the Solarian sector so everyone can take a look at it before I send it out. Make sure that our stories are straight. Yeah.
Yeah, Darius will show you the message he was planning on and he was intending on sending to Dread, and if they match up, at least showing basically the vibe he wants to get. He's trying to give off. It's like this is serious. This is a serious thing. We're trying to handle this one portion of it, but be on the lookout for XYZ, basically the person who would have created this. And also, if we need assistance, as in like physical assistance, we'll message you further. And this will be the general coordinates of if anything. Basically, if anything happens, Omega's where you need to come to. That type of thing.
But I think that Nyx's will be less information than that. Probably just focused on, hey, we came into this issue. Anything that could make sure that could, disrupt a device like that. Basically along those lines of figuring out how we can approach space when that's a thing, if we even can from our ship, and then if we're near the facility and we see said device, how would be the things to make sure that it does not work anymore. So just very much only that information, assuming that the other specters would maybe share with that information later, but really just focused on how do we counteract this technology, even if we can. Yeah. And with that, she'll kind of give Darius and Adrana a nod, and Nyx is heading to the armory if anyone wants to join her.
Adrana will join you afterwards. I kind of nod before sending out a message to their crew, pretty much detailing like, hey, something odd's happening, so I might need some help. While also kind of sending another secure line message to her brother. It first starts like jokingly, like, oh, guess what happened today? But it ends with kind of questions on, I hope you don't know anything about this. I hope you and your little military don't know anything about this. And kind of requesting like a call or like actual chat time or something like that to open up, rather than like messages being sent back and forth.
Okay. All right. So those messages are sent off if everyone has approved. So let's see. It looks like the one that will have like something going would probably be Nyxeris and Adrana going to the armory, correct? Okay. Let's start with that one. So at this point, the armory, it's not too far, but it is a little bit of a walk. Was there anywhere you wanted to stop or anything you wanted to do beforehand, or are you just going straight there?
Nyx is just going straight there.
Okay.
I'm guessing they're going at different times. They're just going to go to like they will stop at where did Worq go?
Worq actually went back to his quarters.
I was actually
Um,
gonna say, we can do this later. Darius will go try to find Worq after the fact, but I would like to do that after the other scene.
Oh, they'll try to see where they are. Pretty much give. There's just a stretch of time before they meet Nyx at the armory, so please go ahead, and then I'll like meet you at the armory.
Okay. Nyx, when you walk in, you see a beautifully pristine armory. Well, typically it is. But right now you're hearing like the clanging against metal. And from the pedestals throughout the area, it's kind of hard to see, but you do hear in the middle just a subtle, God damn it.
Hello?
Poking up their head will be Junie. This is the first time you're seeing them. Do I need to give the description again? Or...
No, I remember.
Okay. You'll see Junie, who seems to like straighten up once he realizes someone's here. And you hear the old man grunt as he pushes himself up to stand, brushing himself off.
Perfect. Continue.
Can I help you?
I'm assuming you're in charge around here?
You would be correct.
Nyxeris Varos. Nice to meet you. I am looking for something to, make my shotgun better. I know it sounds terrible, but I'm the worst with modding weapons, but I do use this quite often, so I wasn't sure if they had any mods available in the armory, if there is any. And she'll kind of just look around and be like, do we have this here? I'm not sure.
That's why they hire me. Come here. And you see him gesture for you to put your gun down on a freed pedestal island type table. As he seems to go to an area that seems to have quite a few mods in it.
Yay.
So, Cypher, what are you looking for?
I think that anything to... I don't really have enough to compensate for a lot for the council, but something to perhaps increase the magazine size.
You know you don't have to pay here, right?
I mean, that makes more sense, but they were quite strict on the salary, so I wasn't sure if they're gonna nickel and dime us or not.
I wouldn't let them.
How kind of you.
He pulls out a box and flips through the small mods that are there. Or at least like the almost like a Rolodex of what he has.
Mm-hmm.
Because he keeps everything very particular. Let's see. And you were looking for an extended magazine?
Yeah, or honestly, anything that's like within like the general tier. I just didn't want to make her shotgun super overpowered. To be honest.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see if they have.
Because then I could technically be like, I want the most expensive mod because I'm not paying for it, but that would be not fun.
He just kind of nods to himself, finding what he's looking for, and he pulls it out, or pulls out like a little card, and we'll put it down. He'll close up the box, put it away, and you see him go to a very specific, almost drawer, to pull out what he needs. And he pulls out magazine upgrade mod. This should give you what you're needing. You get a little bit extra. It's not going to be too much, but based off of what just happened, if we're going to go take care of that, I assume something is better than nothing.
Always. So, do I need to give my baby on over to you, or...
Your baby?
I mean, this is the... Like I said, I'm not really too good with weapons, but I did make sure to learn and to take care of this one, so...
He'll just kind of nod, not really respond too heavily to that, but just nod in understanding, before putting his hands out for your shotgun, which he will take with care. And will go ahead and add the magazine upgrade. The weapon gains additional heat equal to half of its base heat, rounded down.
Hell yeah. I will take that. And, well, oh my god, Nemo. I'm trying to roleplay.
Nemo's like, no, me too.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab him and then hopefully he's like a little baby.
You're
will-
holding your shotgun.
Yes, this is my baby. This is my shotgun.
Real close to your ear.
Pew 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 pew. I could like extend him fully and he'd be totally fine with that. It just wouldn't be in the frame of the camera.
Just
Like I've done that
Is
before.
your
That's the
shotgun
funny.
name Nemo?
Honestly, now it is. And they're gonna be like, why is it named after like no one? And I'll be like, and then Nixeris is like, I really, really liked that one human film from like the second millennium with the little fish. It was one of my favorites. Oh man. Now he's getting into this universe. But yeah, as Nixeris is watching Junie work on it, I'm assuming that was a pretty simple thing. She's kind of like leaning forward a bit more, just like very interested, totally interested in just the shotgun. Nothing else.
he doesn't even look up.
I know. Fucking-
Like he's fixing this and goes, "Can I help you?"
I'm trying to figure out what is best to say, and I will say this time, yes, but probably not right now. But I do appreciate people who are good with their hands.
I need you to roll me a persuasion.
Hell yeah, let's go, brother.
I'm mostly trying to see if he understands exactly what you're referring to, or if he's so focused on gun right now that he doesn't even recognize it.
Damn it, that's Jade's type. Fuck. Non-Nixeris. I mean, probably Nixeris' type, but man, I do love my oblivious people.
Oh no,
If
they're
my-
nerdy and they have special interests.
That is a 25.
Oh yeah, he'll notice.
Perfect.
I didn't even notice. I was more so laughing at the fact that you said good with your hands. I was just like, ha, you didn't know it was a double entendre. I didn't realize it was on purpose. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
yes. I think Nixeris has had to flirt with different ranges of people and is now like, okay, if this is a person that's like honed in, then you gotta be extra corny. Extra obvious. So that's what she's going for.
There's a moment. You see his hands not fumble, not like hurting anything, but definitely, rather than them being exactly where they needed to be to do what he needed to do, you notice him take a moment, readjust in a way he didn't necessarily have to, before taking a moment, stopping completely, and then handing the gun back over. And then just in this low, you know, the Turian growl, where it's like that low, like, voice, just goes, "Watch yourself."
That's why I said, if you... Not right now. We have a mission to do, but... What can I say? I like what I see.
Hey, is Adrana coming at any time?
No.
No,
Adrana's like standing outside the door.
Damn, they're really good.
If they were flirting with Junie before, they're like, "Oh, this totally didn't work." Junie's for sure. They're just like, "Yep, go next, go."
Oh, bitch, go. There was one thing that Junie did ask you to do, Adrana, remember?
Yeah. Actually, no. Sorry, that was too funny.
Oh.
I had to go check the barracks.
Oh.
Yep, they're gonna go check the barracks.
Can you roll a perception for me?
Time for a loyalty mission.
Yeah, it is a loyalty mission.
I'm deceased. Listen, this kid is he's just lying limp on my lap. Of course.
He's just happy to be involved.
That's a 16.
I'd say 16 is enough. You're walking through the barracks. The rooms aren't necessarily identified, so you're not sure exactly whose is whose. But you're seeing some doors open that show people getting things back online after the power kind of went out. Making sure everything's functional, is working properly. And as you're walking, one of the doors is closed and you hear a muffled sound behind it.
They kind of come up close to here and do little knocks.
You hear the most pitiful, soft
Oh, what little stowaway is here? Are you okay?
You open the door.
They're gonna say that through the door first.
You hear like a scratch on the door, and then another.
Oh my god, that gets me, Maz. They just as Adrana would be as like they're just gonna stand next to the door with their elbow out, like in case they've been on weird ships before, so they're just prepared to knock someone out if they're trying to trick her, and like with the other arm kind of direct to open the door. Okay, little buddy. Let me open this.
The door is. It looks like it could have been locked beforehand, but due to the power shutting down and then coming back, it was reset to be able to open. And you see a very neat, well-kept room, a barracks that has only one bed. Not very large, but it seems like it has to be someone important if they have their own room. And right at your feet, you see a very small, probably no older than about like a year, still almost kitten, black cat has long fur and a white little tip, very slinky. And they just look up at you with these big eyes, like they've never been fed before in their life, even though there's a bowl of food. And
Adrana does that thing where like they quickly do a move and then they oh. Is this what he wanted me to look at? Come here. My baby. And she will pick them up, kind of like hold them in the air. Yep. and just see this little noodle kind of stretch out, be like, full stare, like they're not gonna do anything before completely like nuzzling them, like, oh, there you are.
So fast. The cat is so happy. And just immediately into touch and love and being paid attention to. So yeah, the cat is totally fine with this.
Oh, did that mean old Judy leave you here? Why were you in here? Why were you in here? Oh, just a
Like
little
every
noodle.
shake, just a little.
Adrana kind of puts them onto the they have a recon hood, I believe, and like where it puffs around, they put them right there and just like you just like settle in there. But they're going to take a look inside this barrack because just certain things. If it was supposed to be locked, why, and what else is here?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation or perception.
12 plus 8 for a dirty 20.
There you go.
And that was
It is-
investigation.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. It's fairly, like, it's very clean. It's very organized. It's exactly what you would assume it would be. Military barracks. It's perfect. There is not a lot of personal effects out. There's a water bowl. There's a food bowl. There's some cat toys around as well. But they seem to be, like, scattered to an extent, but a lot of them seem to be under the bed. There is, however, one picture on the desk, and it looks fairly old. But you see a younger version of Junie, and you see a female Turian, and you see them both holding a child Turian.
They're holding. I feel like they've already named them Shadow, but seeing the water bowl and food bowl, they're like, oh, they probably already have a name. Like crosses through their head. They're like, they kind of hold them like, does your papa have a story? Who is this? Oh, yeah, that's what I thought too. Well, everybody's got some story. They're beautiful. I'm guessing they're either waiting somewhere or there's something he hasn't really shared, right, bud? You just hang out here all day, no time for stretching. Okay, we're going on a field trip. After they kind of look at the picture, they do it with like solemn, like just understanding of someone who has so much more dimension to them, and just like you're just realizing that, like opening something up and just all of that comes out before setting the picture down and having that instant feeling of I've stepped into someone's private room. Wondering why he wanted me to come check the barracks. Adrana will take like a couple steps back, not putting little baby Shadow down. Is there a name or anything like on like a collar or anything just for Moz?
There is no collar.
Rick.
But it also just hasn't seemed like a necessity because the cat stays in the room. So
they is that all that's in the room? Just clean barracks and the pictures?
yeah, I mean there's closets that have clothes in it, but that you would have to really start digging to try to find anything else.
Yeah, they're not going to cross that boundary unless invited. But they were like, they would see if there's food, water in the bowl, any kind of treats that she can grab. She still has a kitten in her hood. And she's gonna step back out of it and be like, I'll get you, like they just do like a little shoulder shake, saying pretty much saying like I'll get you back before your dad even notices. And we'll like kind of take them with them on a trip.
Yay. Adventure. I do want to, as you start taking the cat around, you know, on military vessels, animals are not typically permitted unless they are like military, like almost like canine units or like Varan units. This cat has obviously been stowed onto the ship. However, as people see you with a cat, they don't seem surprised.
I was gonna ask Rennie, could I roll stealth to hide them in my hood? And like anytime they meow, Adrana would be like, meow.
You can certainly try.
They have to use their +10 in stealth sometime.
Yeah, for the cat, obviously.
Yes.
This is the important shit.
This is. Thank you, Jade. Thank you. That is a 12 + 10. I rolled 3 12s tonight. What's happening?
Good. Yeah. I'm gonna say for the majority of people, they won't roll because they're going to go, oh, okay, goodbye, Cypher, weirdo, whatever, meowing at me. But you overall cover your bases pretty well for they who are not named upon the ship. Are you going somewhere particular, or are you just walking around?
They will go. You know, since the little guy is like meant to be in his room, and then Junie said to check the barracks. They're gonna take like a lap back, see if there's anything else like for that message. Like what were they supposed to really check on? It wasn't them, and drop them off after their little field trip. Give them a couple of treats, and send Junie a message saying like check the barracks, and
You actually.
yeah, and then head back to the armory.
We'll have you coming back. Let's go to the other two. Worq, you are in your barracks room. And Darius was going to come find you, but before that, I wanted to see, was there anything that you were doing now that you are separated from everyone?
Yeah, Worq is looking through a holopad at some files, specifically on his Batarian friend. Just kind of a refresh for him. He's just going through info that he's accumulated. Looking to see if there's anything that like would suggest that Sasfin is involved or anyone that knows him. Like he's looking for like aliases or, you know, a cousin that he had one time that helped him on like some low end job. Anything that he can find that can be helpful, because if nothing else, he just needs something to be mad about in this moment. So that's his aim.
Go ahead and roll me. If you want to use like perception, investigation for trying to find the information, I can deal with that. But if you also want to use like electronics or computers or something separate for your research ability, I'm open to any of those.
I'll do perception, and I'm gonna it's a 14. Not great.
14?
Not bad.
With a 14, he's honestly, here's the scary part. He's been in the dark for a little while. There hasn't been any new information in a hot minute, which is the terrifying part there.
Right.
However, last he was seen was on the other side of the galaxy. It was not near the far rim, but you do know how easy it is to get around areas.
Yeah, to Worq that means nothing. Like just
Yeah.
because he was on the other side of the galaxy, it's been too long since all of a sudden he's decided some people needed some kidnapping or any of that kind of stuff. So Worq is on alert.
I do want to say you're trying to also, there are pictures of him. All of the pictures that have him in it are covering his body as well. So there's no way to check to see if he has the tattoo thus far.
Right.
But that's always something you could think about later to see if that's something you can get more info on.
For sure.
So unfortunately, it's very blank. Terrifyingly, it's very blank. But there's nothing immediately countering that he couldn't be attached, and nothing that's saying he is.
Yeah, that was really his aim. I don't think he left that conversation out of any sort of like bad feelings about it. It was just like I'm gonna make myself useful kind of a thing. So that's really all he's doing. And if he's kind of reached the proverbial end of the rope, I think he's gonna probably just like check his gun, or I'm sure he's got his own like punching bag in his quarters. He's just keeping himself busy. Because the electronic stuff is really not really his forte, especially after what just happened. He's feeling like just point me at somebody who needs to get their ass beat.
Very fair.
And I'll do that.
Yeah.
You
do hear a knock or whatever happens when someone's at your door.
The door opens, but Worq is not near it. In fact, you don't see. In fact, when the door opens, you don't see Worq at all.
He walks in like it's his room. Arms behind his back, and he just walks in listening for. I'm assuming you're using the punching bag. He just follows the noise of that. Or does he just?
You don't see him at all until you do.
Are you actively stealthing, or are you?
I don't know.
I'm actually asking. Do I need to roll?
Decide how I'm gonna play this.
If you're actively stealth, like this is a thing of like. This is one of those moments where I feel like Worq gets a small glimpse into who Darius actually is versus who he is when everyone's around. So if you're actively hiding, he's actively looking.
Nah, you got lucky. It's Tails. So he is standing. So when you walk into Worq's quarters, it is like a short hallway with like the door for like what you can only assume is a restroom or a closet or something to that effect, and then it opens up. So like Worq is around the corner to your left, but he is not hiding there. He's just standing there, looking at you.
When Darius comes around the corner, there is no look of shock or surprise, and I feel like Worq has gotten used to the very jovial, very talkative, very jokey Darius. That's not here in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost mirroring the same face that Worq tends to give, where he's just like, I'm all about business. It's mirroring that, and he walks straight up to Worq. What's your armor class?
16.
That's a plot twist.
Because he's. That's a dirty 20. He headbutts you.
Okay.
I think we need to get something clear between us. Let's go spa.
The coin today. Worq says nothing, but what happens is he headbutts you back, but I've used zero sum. And what zero sum does is instead of a melee attack roll, you flip a coin. On heads, it's a critical hit. On tails, it's a critical miss. And I regret to inform you, it was heads.
Darius said spar, and Worq went right now.
So he headbutts you back, and it's a critical hit.
Is that a critical hit, you said?
Yeah, it's a critical hit. It's like essentially a nat 20. He hits you.
Okay. Roll your. Okay.
So
roll
give me
your
a
damage.
second. Give me a second.
You took 2 damage from my headbutt, by the way. That's all you took from mine.
I love it. I love it.
I would love
Look,
it's like in
this
the
is-
double digits or something.
I feel like for any other genre of D&D, everyone would be like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?" But this is me going against a Krogan. I feel like this is just like I need to get this Krogan's respect because apparently the
Serenity-
joking around wasn't.
Serenity is a critical hit double the damage, or am I just rolling the one more time?
I think we decided double the damage before, but I don't remember. Can everyone confirm
that
or
sounds-
deny?
Yeah. Anyone on that? Cool. We'll roll with it. That's 24 points of damage.
He's gonna uncanny dodge that to make it 12.
All right, fair.
So, yeah, when you come in to headbutt me back, he he instinctively just kind of goes back with it. You still connect, but he's just like, "All right, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen." Yeah, I'll take that 12. Yeah. Oh shit! I haven't taken damage yet. How the hell does shield work?
So it comes off your shield first, and then it comes off of your.
Okay, so yeah.
So you that little thing under.
So
where
technically, I only took 7. You break through my shields.
Mhm.
I dodge. You break through my shields, and I take 7 points of damage directly to the face. And I just immediately skid back, like in my head, and like my head is still back like this, and then I just come forward and just go,
Mhm.
"Ugh, you hard-headed motherfucker.
Are you
We're gonna be friends by the end of this. Training mat now."
Worq is confused by the "we're gonna be friends by the end of this" statement. But he takes a second and he goes,
Is that some kind of human thing where you go somewhere specifically to fight? Because you came in here looking for a fight with me. You get it right here, right now.
and he's gonna hit you again.
I'm okay with this.
Ooh, are you sure?
I will say
that's
this. Here's what. Go ahead.
I've already rolled. It's another
It's
crit.
okay.
It's another
It's
crit.
okay.
It's another crit for 27.
You hit. It's okay.
It's-
Roll your damage.
You got it. That's 22
I
points
love-
of damage.
I
Little
love
bit
the
less
idea
than
of
last
we're gonna
time.
be friends before the end of this. It's like, no, you're gonna be in the fucking med bay by the end of this.
I hope Quilla's recording this for research.
Sphinx, you're the funniest. I'm taking it.
I want to make note that this is all non-lethal damage that he is doing to him. He's obviously not trying to kill this man, but like
Yeah. It's
That's
the same
22
reason
point,
why
yeah.
he's using it's the same thing. Darius is using hands. He's not using any of the weapons that he has.
yeah,
on.
no. Works. You actually you would have probably noticed that like all of Work's like weapons are like on whatever thing that he would call a bed. Like they're not on him.
You would also notice that you've seen Darius without with his jacket off, and you see that he usually has like a big like bandolier on, just
Sure.
full of, he's not wearing that. It's just
Okay.
he's put a shirt back on since the whole shower thing. He did put a shirt back on. He has a shirt on, but he's not. But he came in sans.
Let's not do a
He
fucking
came in.
Wakanda fight on the waterfall.
As you see, I am not dead, and I never yielded. Is this your king?
But yeah, that's 22 points of damage for you that you take straight up as the shield is gone.
Yeah, I put it on there.
Okay.
All right. Oh, shit. Hold on. Shit. Okay. I forgot how big you were. God damn. That's 2 hits. I'm pretty sure I'll die soon. I knew what I was walking into. Don't look at me like that. Do you have a problem with me, Worq? He is fully just like, fully like he's not just been brought down to half his hit points. He's talking to you just like, do you have a problem with me? He's still talking big shit to you.
You like Worq is like in kind of like a fighting stance, but I didn't see it. But he kind of like, if he could raise an eyebrow like The Rock, he's doing that right now.
No. I'm enjoying beating your ass, but no problem.
We both knew that this would happen if I tried to fight you. I said it the first time I met you. I'm just wondering why you always give me the stink eye whenever I open my mouth.
Because you say stupid stuff to our AI.
Worq wasn't there. Was Worq
He was
there?
the first time you said something stupid to him. He was the first time.
I asked a very logical question for somebody aboard a ship that pilots a ship. Have you piloted a ship, Worq?
Listen, I'm sure it's some sort of a human thing where you just don't make assumptions like that. But Rogans, we've been around enough Solarians, and Turians, and Quarians to know AI is going to be on the ship. Simple and easy.
It isn't always on the ship. It is not always on the ship.
You humans not do the AI thing? Is that all right? Well, I've learned something.
And he says that, and he rears back to like punch you, because like you're still fighting. Are you gonna let him?
No, he's gonna fucking take a dodge action.
Okay,
No,
I was like, if you like, 'cause you just started talking. You said you wanted to spar, and you're talking at him, but he's like, "This is a fight, so are we fighting or what?"
Yeah, he's got a bonus action disengage, so you can't hit him anymore.
All right.
All right.
I thought we were.
I may have made a miscalculation here. I thought I had to come down here and earn your respect by challenging you one-on-one, but now I see I did not have to do that, and you were just like, "Hey, stop saying weird stuff to the AI." he Darius fully starts laughing with you.
Hey, does a 17 hit your AC?
Oh yeah, that does hit.
Okay, because he just moves on. He just comes up. He just headbutts you again. That's only 8 points of damage this time.
Oh hey, I'm still up.
Okay, good. I was like, good.
I could take surprisingly, I could take a lot of damage as a rogue type.
Good.
There's a lot that I could be doing to negate this, but Darius is just not doing it.
All right.
I've got shield. Like I have shield.
Mhm.
On top of actual shields, I've got shield. He's trying not to use all of his powers. He's going hand to hand, which
All right.
is not his thing. And normally in a fight, he would hit you with his gun. He didn't want to pull his gun out.
Oh, I mean,
He
if
does
you would have
so much.
if you would have started
Oh.
introducing weapons into this,
Oh hell no.
totally
No.
different.
Yeah, I know. He has a first of all, he has an Omni Blade that he has not pulled, and one of his things as a pistolero is that he can hit you with his gun, and it does a significant amount of damage.
Fair.
But he's not doing that. He's going fist to fist with big ass 7'2" Worq. He shouldn't. 8 foot Worq.
Yeah, I was gonna say
8'2" as Worq. 8'2" as Worq.
Too tall Worq.
He'll be fine. He can heal himself. It's also a thing
Yeah.
he can do. All right, motherfucker.
So
So let me get this straight. You did some sort of like human macho bullshit thing by thinking you needed a fight.
I wasn't doing human. This was not human macho bullshit. This is what we've observed of Krogan. This is how you talk, right? This is what we've observed. If this isn't how we're doing it, please correct me, because you have hit me so few times and done so much damage. And I've hit you one time, and I'm pretty sure you just got some dust on your forehead.
Worq actually will like disengage to like go and like he like goes into a room, and then you just hear like the sound of something like electronic turning on and then turning back off, and then he comes back out and he goes, yeah, a little bit of dust.
I realized I was in the Krogan the whole time. But anyway, you got the idea. He went in and checked a mirror to see.
So we good? Do you feel like you've done something here? Or...
I figured something out. He puts out a hand to handshake you. He did.
Easy as
Don't
you did.
hit me.
You get a handshake. No, he gives you a handshake.
All right. Are we cool?
I mean, I'm perfectly cool. You may wanna. You gotta.
All right, man. You ain't got to do all that. you ain't even got to do all.
You really ought to clean yourself up. You look like you were messing around with a bunch of pijacks. You lost the fight.
I'm okay with losing a fist fight. I don't normally get into fist fights. Work. I shoot motherfuckers. Granted,
Just
if I got into a fit, I just want to put this out there. If I got into a fist fight with a normal sized person, it would be okay. You are an 8'2" Krogan, you big muscly bastard. And I'm glad you're on my side. And he kind of like joke. He doesn't put any power behind it. He just kind of. Actually, no, he doesn't do that. He just kind of smacks your shoulder. He doesn't make a fist because he doesn't know how you're gonna take that. He just pats your shoulder twice. And then you see him take out of his pocket a huge needle, and he puts it into his neck and injects it. And you see a lot of the damage starts to heal itself.
Not gonna lie, I hated having to watch that.
The needle?
You didn't give me a warning or anything. You walk into my room, you headbutt me, you get your ass beat, and then you have the nerve to pull out a needle and then just jam it into the side of your big humany situation there. Didn't love that.
Worq, if you think this is the first time I've gotten my ass beat and was still standing talking like it didn't happen, baby, we got a long way to go because it's gonna happen. We gonna have a lot of fun.
Would have never thought that in a million years, actually. Not at all.
It's only happened one time, and I was extremely drunk. So technically I didn't have my ass beat because I couldn't feel it. I was blacked out. Doesn't count. This one, you know what? We'll say it was a draw. Anyway, and he fully like he wasn't injured at all. He just kind of walks out whistling, fully bloody. Hey, do you know where the med bay is? I did not explore this ship at all.
Are you saying it to work? You asking somebody else?
I'm in it to work. I'm like in the doorway. Hey, do you know where the med bay is? I did not go through this ship whatsoever. Daddy needs some Metagel.
Worq looks at you as if he's about to give you the answer, and then you see a real wry Krogan smirk cross his face.
You know you're my best friend now.
Will, can I bother you for a moment?
Nope, I'll find it myself. he fucking scurries off to find it himself. He doesn't want Will to try it.
We'll pop up, but like outside the hallway, and then we'll like lean over to look at you in your room, in your barracks, and go, "You beat him up really bad. Are you okay?"
Me? Excellent. I am very appreciative of your concern. My only question, did you get all of that on video or audio or something to that effect? I appreciate your time immensely, and I hope that you enjoy whatever it is you're about to go and do.
And Worq just gives a slight bow, turns around, and goes back to hitting his speed bag.
Quill will disappear. Darius, do you figure out where the med bay is, or are you going elsewhere?
I'll figure out what the med bay is.
Oh, that'll be fun in just a moment. That'll be
I'm
fun.
at 18 hit points. I'm going to the goddamn med bay.
That makes sense. Before we take a break, I do want to, Adrana, you are coming to the armory, as you see Junie handing Nyxeris her shotgun that is modded up. It looks like it's not like too heavily modded up, but it looks like something has been added.
Oh, got some presents.
I wonder if would Moz hear the end of Nyxeris saying "I like what I see" or no?
Oh, what if we rolled for that? Wouldn't that be fun? Hey, Jade, high or low?
Hi, and I hope that. Actually, I don't know what I hope for. I think that would be funny either way.
What do you want? What would you want a high roll to be?
Hyrule says that Adrana does hear the end of it, or at least what Nyxeris says.
Yeah. Adrana, you fully. You hear, subtle, in neon sign and quotation marks, Asari flirtations.
They have a face of like they're saying a presence because that could also be like I like what I see being the mod, so they pretend that they're like looking at it, but as soon as they're like looking down at the mods, Adrana is looking at both of them like I stepped in at the right time, it seems. Okay.
Yeah, presents among other things, but I think that I'm mostly, at least this whole thing has something going for it for the mission. Thanks, by the way, and well, give a nod of thanks to Junie.
If you need anything else, or if anyone needs anything, just let me know. I'm happy to help how I can.
Yeah. If you have any more of those mods, yeah, I would love some of that.
He'll put his hand out.
Hey, but be gentle. Fine.
I think your fellow Cypher could tell you that I was particularly gentle.
Oh. Could she tell me?
I've never seen more skilled hands.
Adrana. And Junie has turned to try to find different mods that would work best, just to give you a couple choices. You hear his voice become a bit serious as he looks back over his shoulder at you. You checked the barracks, right?
Yeah, did you get my message?
I've been a little busy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Was everything in order?
Yep. Everything looked orderly. Nothing unexpected.
Everyone was in order?
And taken care of.
Good.
I'm gonna go test out mod on this real quick. Give you two some privacy. And Nyx is gonna walk over to another section, shooting range area.
There's a pause as the door closes. Before there's just like the relaxing of shoulders from Junie. And he turns to look at you and goes, "So she's okay?"
Oh! Yeah, they're fine. Look at you stowing away a cute little kitten like that.
To be fair, she wouldn't leave me alone. So, couldn't just leave it behind.
I don't know, from when I walked in, it seems someone else might be. I don't know. I'm not gonna step in anything. So if something's happening, something's happening. I'm always an enthusiastic supporter. But your kitten, definitely. I fed, put water out, took them on a little trip. But they're good.
You took Minerva out on a trip?
Minerva.
She's a Spitfire.
Wow. I had to. He was a Spitfire. I couldn't say no.
Did anyone see?
I think I looked it well.
Okay. People don't
I will
generally...
say that now.
Hmm?
Now that I've seen her, I will demand 2 to 3 days with her. Possibly weekly.
Done. I just... It's a bit embarrassing for a Turian soldier. Someone who is refined by the military to break law so easily. So...
Yeah.
I just keep that quiet. And as long as you keep her quiet as well, then I... Sure.
I understand that more than you can believe, but I think with one look, I'd do anything for Minerva now.
Yeah, she does that to people. And he will turn around, and he does have a couple of options. Was there something in particular that you wanted your gun to do?
Either something to do, like multiple rounds or better accuracy, or like armor penetration or things like that. Like if in case we're going against heavily armored people. But they were open to any other suggestions as well.
See, if there was something to do with the better precision, most likely it would be something to do with the scope. However, he knows how attached you are to that scope, so I don't know if he would lean that direction with your gun.
If is he like doing that, like is he actually showing it and like messing with the scope?
Basically, yeah. So he doesn't say in such fine terms that he knows you're attached. He just goes, you'd have to replace your other scope with this one.
Be gentle. Fine. If that helps, I'll have to test it out a little bit, but I just got used to it, so hard to try something new when you're used to something.
I understand. The good thing about mods, though, is you can always take it off. So, if you end up disliking it, and you want to go back to what's normal, I'll keep her safe.
It's more just what's comfortable. It was the last thing I took when I left the military, so.
Then we'll be extra cautious. What he would have is a thermal scope. So essentially, it looking through the scope gives the wielder infrared vision. And when making a ranged weapon attack, you can choose whether or not to use infrared vision.
I definitely heard that.
Sorry.
Yeah, you totally heard that. Not the walkthrough planning for your next cutscene that you're trying to figure out back here. Thermal scope, you essentially get infrared vision, and you could choose whether to turn it on or off.
Yeah, that sounds great. But they will I need to turn this off. I need to just put it down for like a minute.
We're gonna get a break in just a second.
If Judy's like taking off the previous part, Adrana will put her hand on his. Remember, gently.
You gotta come back for me to say stuff to you. There's a moment, a pause, before you hear just a huff of a laugh. I think I'm old enough to know what I'm doing.
This entire
Adrana
stream
just
is
smiles to
a
that.
damn spray bottle. You all need the spray bottle. All of you.
Hey!
Bonk, go to horny jail.
Hey, just because you got bonked, everyone gets a chance to get bonked around here, okay? Equal opportunity bonking. Sir.
I'm
It's not the
sorry.
same, and you know it.
Well, then you should fix that. We'll bonk, okay? Let's go to break.
Yay! Woo! We'll be back in about 10 minutes, so grab some water because we're all getting a bit thirsty around here. Nevo's blocking my thingy. Okay, perfect. Alright, bye y'all. See you in a bit. Hello, folks. We're back from our break, and was today an RP session. So I will give it to Serenity to give like a quick recap of the happenings before we go back in.
Honestly, it can be summarized, I think, pretty quick.
Yeah?
Nyx found a hot Turian man. Darius and Worq had a sparring match and solidified that they were friends. And solidified the fact that Worq can absolutely beat the shit out of Darius.
With no weapons. With no weapons.
No weapons. With fisticuffs. And Adrana found out that Junie was smuggling a little slinky cat named Minerva. And also saw the hot Turian man. There were some messages sent to Spectres, to other crews, and to military connections. So, let me see. Who has something they want to do first?
Have I gotten meta gel applied to me?
Oh, let's do that. You find the med bay. It's fairly easy to find. It seems to be a pretty large med bay. And inside you see a Krogan that is dressed in the same color attire as the rest of the Mirage. The Krogan is fairly pale, with fully dark black eyes, gray plates, and there are piercings that it looked like it probably took like heavy power tools to get the piercing in through the skin. But a couple of piercings on him. He turns to you, sees your face, and then goes,
Hey, Doc? Can you fix it?
You know I'm good, but I'm only so good.
and he'll
Oh, let's be honest. I'll always be pretty. Where do I sit?
he'll nod you over to a seat. It's like a bed. It's a little high, so you'll probably have to hop up onto it. Easy peasy. But then he'll get a closer look and then go,
nose is broken. Want me to
Yeah.
fix that for you?
You're not gonna be gentle about it. Just do it.
And you just see immediately his two thumbs come in and just go and click.
Damn, I wish I worked with more Krogan in my life. Maybe I would have a much better time. What else? Anything else?
He
I know you
keeps-
got metagel. Ain't no way you don't have metagel.
What's the point of overusing metagel? You're just gonna
Well,
get dependent on it when you could just take it, earn your scars, settle with
Well,
it.
all right. Have you seen the other Krogan on the ship?
Fairly large, hard to miss.
Yeah, that's the one that did this. I don't want to earn those scars again. I earned these trying to earn friendship. Let's put some metagel on it, Doc.
he gives you this look that he just not disappointed, but
I'll
little.
keep one. I'll keep 2 scars. The rest, get rid of it. Make sure they look cool though.
He'll apply metagel. But he seems to like hoard it. Like you see that it is intensely locked up.
Mm-hmm.
That it's kept aside. But he will apply metagel, and then you said to leave a couple scars, so he'll leave probably the coolest looking ones.
Oh yeah.
Which
So like one through the eyebrow.
I'd say like one like
Right.
on the cheek, and one on the brow, kind of thing.
Sorry, Daryl's own vanity kicked it just now. Yes. Sure, yeah.
You went, will I look good with these?
My vanity popped in, yes. Will he still look good? Does
the
my
Krogan
charisma
approves.
get affected at all?
No.
Alright, yeah, alright. Am I still
The
cute?
Krogan approves.
It's like, am I still hot?
Very.
The Krogan will say it, and then he'll just kind of give you like a pat on the shoulder.
You seem
All
fine
of you
now.
was- I'll tell you this, Doc. I haven't. Where are my manners? I would get my ass whooped by both my mothers. What is your name? What might I call you?
Clicks. That's the easy name.
Can you say that again? It cut off with the voice mod for me.
It's Quix.
Quicks.
QIX.
Gotcha.
There's another name on there, but it's just gonna tell you Quix.
That's fine with me. Quicks. There was a point I was gonna make, but your acceptable medical skills have made me forget because I feel so much better and you made me look so much more rugged along the way. So I appreciate it. Darius Okar, at your service. You ever
Hey,
need somebody shot in the head, I'll probably do it for you.
Can you roll me an insight real quick?
Oh, god damn it. I don't know if this is good or bad. Hold on. Insight, you said?
Mhm.
I don't know why that's under parentheses. Come on. 14.
Your character knows how to read people.
Yes.
This Krogan looks like he wants to eat you as a snack. And you just keep putting it on. He'll nod and go,
Yeah. Lottery will get you everywhere. You should leave before I change my mind.
I hate that that's a line that I, Daryl, use. Uh,
yoink.
There's a text thread from yesterday where I said flattery will get you everywhere.
Leak the text. Leak the text.
No, I will not. I will not. I appreciate you, Doc. Next time I come down here, I'll be sure to bring you a thank you gift.
You don't have to bring anything but yourself.
Well, I'd be lying if I didn't like to feel pretty once in a while. And he like flips his dreads and he walks out. He walks out of the room. Fully appreciative of it. Is the med bay on the same level as the armory?
Yeah, there's not a lot of levels in this ship. It's smaller compared to a lot of other ones. So a lot of things are on the same level. There are a couple things below, a couple things above, but most things are going to be on the same level.
He'll make his way to the armory because getting into a fight without using any of his weaponry has now made him remember there was one upgrade to his pistol that he has been trying to research and do, but just hasn't had the time since he came on this excursion and since his quote unquote retirement. So he'll try to find it there.
Sure. Worq. What's Worq up to? Is still just punching?
No, I think he's stopped. At this juncture, I'm struggling to think like what he could do. Come back to me. I'll have to think on what he's doing.
Sounds good. Adrana. You get a response from your crew. And just to clarify, you were asking them if they wanted to join? Okay. They are telling you that the information that you gave them from what you had learned, because it wasn't a lot, but you learned a little bit about the Turian Spectre. They are currently very active on the trail. So the whole gang wouldn't be able to join you. It would take about a day or so, but hang on, I have to find her name. Give me just a second. Wouldn't it be better if I just
Risa?
had her notes? Yeah. She said she would be there if you wanted her to be.
Yeah, Adrana will respond just saying any extra hands will be helpful.
Pretty immediately, you get a message saying, send me the coordinates of where to meet, and she will meet you there. It will take a little bit of time with having to jump from different relays, and probably taking a much smaller ship in comparison, but she'll try to get to you as quickly as she can.
Cool.
Let me see. Is there anything else you would like to do?
They would spend the next. They would try and test out their mod if there's like a room where they could, and practice for a little bit. Have they had a chance to talk with or like set up a chat time with Gaius?
It seems like he is barely focused in something. As you haven't gotten a response back yet.
Awesome. Just from like that, let's say they went to the practice rounds because they're just like frustrated because they're like, where is this little brother of mine? And frustratingly like taking it out on the new mod and testing it out. And I think that's pretty much it. They wanted a new weapon mod and see if they could have a couple people join or get information from their brother. And that was it.
Okay. Nyx, is there anything you're up to?
Nyx is still in the practice range as well right now. I did want to ask if there is like melee, because I remember you said that there was like the training room where they have the visors, but in like the shooting range, is there like in the same area, is there like something where someone could like physically like come up for melee stuff? Okay, cool.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that like if someone were to walk in there, then they would see some type of like target that looks mangled to all oblivion, like it's been hit with a shotgun many times. And now Nyxeris is using one of the like training swords on a melee target. So I'm assuming they don't have like the actual swords because they want to keep their targets.
Yeah, no, they're trying to. It has the same weight and it has like a similar feel, but the targets. Well, the nice thing is the holograms in like, AI have gotten so advanced to where that you can feel resistance in them. There are physical ones you could use, but there are holograms that you can have that can move or can stay still. So even using a real one on that would be fine, but there are practice ones with similar weights. So you're not just waving around a weapon the whole time.
Yeah, I think that Nyx would probably use the holograms then because they move, but would still use her practice sword, like a practice sword, because she didn't bring hers down from her room because she didn't have it before.
Sounds good. There is a sound that goes over the speakers that everyone can hear. And you hear two voices. The first one is very soft and very quiet. This is Menezia. And you hear, if the ciphers could return back to the main room, that would be thank you. And behind that, you hear Shiva behind going, just tell them to get here. I don't understand why you're acting so peculiar. Just ciphers, get over here. Thank you. And the line will cut.
Worq puts down a separate holopad that is just full of text. Like it's just like if the camera zooms in at what Worq is looking at, you can't quite read it, but it's all text. Just sets it down and immediately just like makes his way to wherever he's been asked to be.
Nyx is doing the same.
Sorry. Yeah. If Adrana was shooting, they'll just like take off their like protective gear, kind of look over to Nyx, just like, and see them walk off and like join them.
How much of the coding for that, for like scanning for this energy signature of something that massive would I've gotten through by this time? Because I don't think at any point would I. The only time I would have stopped was when I spoke to Worq, and then I would have immediately been working on it all the way back down to the med bay.
Sure.
I
Um,
didn't get my ass whooped.
Go ahead and roll me in electronics. Unless there's something better for it, but I think it's just electronics.
25.
That's really good. I'd say a majority of it. I think at this point you just have small things to work out. Mostly the adjustment. You have the reading properties incorrectly. It's more so getting the right type of energy into the system for recognition is the only thing left to it. A lot of the coding is done. It's just more so them finding the right resource or the right way to code the energy source or the type of energy that a black hole would produce. So that's really the only thing left.
That portion, while I'm on the way back to the meeting room, I will call Quill. Even though we have our tete-a-tete, I feel like when we do speak in like the thing of protecting the ship, it's a yes, I'll do this, even though it's a bit snarky from its end. It's always just, okay, yeah, I'll do it.
Mhm.
So I will say, while I'm walking on the walkway, I'll say, Quill. One, how's that cut of me getting my ass whooped going? Two, I've worked out a bit of the code to help scan for the black hole signature. I just need a bit of help with a bit of the smaller bits that I haven't been able to work through since said ass whooping and me getting into the med bay. Would you be able to work on a bit of it while I'm in this meeting?
Unfortunately, I am surprised that you were able to do that so fast. I can get that done. And your video. It is going very good. Do you want me to send you a copy?
I don't need it. I was there.
Would you like it?
You know what? Send me a copy. I'm sure my siblings will love to see me getting once over by a gigantic Krogan.
There are two versions. One that is raw and uncut. The other one will have... Can you chill for a minute?
I just think that's hilarious. I was gonna type in a chat. It's the director's cut of him getting whooped up.
Yeah, there is.
You thought I was talking about the raw and uncut part? No, relax.
Yes. I don't see you shocked often here.
I just thought it was hilarious that Quill made like a director's cut that she's enjoying on the side.
Well, I feel like the director's cut has the conversation in between. And it doesn't. It has the conversations in between hits, whereas like the edited version is just like it cuts right before we say something, and it's just you punching me in the face.
No, it's just I was gonna say it's probably just the parts where you just get hit hard, and it's just like on repeat, just pat, 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 pat.
It's edited like edited like those Korean game shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Legitimately. There's not many angles you can get from the hallway because she can't go into the barracks. However, there are a couple of different angles she got, so it is exactly like that. The way she will describe it, it will be, one is remastered with sound effects.
And Benny Hill just playing in the background, because it's legitimately, a lot of it is me seeing that I'm going to get hit, knowing that I can do something about it, but thinking, hey, this will earn his respect, and then just standing there and taking it. Because again, I have uncanny dodge, I have disengage, I have so many things I can do to not be hit or any way, shape, and form, and I'm just like, no, I'll take it, and then he'll like me, he'll be my friend. And then it turned out, nah, I've been cool with you the whole time. I just didn't like how you said stuff to the AI. I'm just like, oh, that fucking thing? I don't give a shit about that.
Are you familiar with the early 20th century show with the man dressed as a bat?
Batman? I've seen the
Ow!
vids.
Boom. Crush. And she'll just
He said-
disappear.
He says he's seen the vids as he kind of looks down at his coat, and he's just like, I've seen the vids. Just imagine and he fully does not bring up the coat to do the Batman thing, but he's just like, I've seen the vids. This is where I kind of got the coat idea from, and just continues to work on. It's just like, as long as you're working on the coding. I am borderline. I am virtually incapable of embarrassment. All right.
We will see about that.
It's my most annoying trait, as I've been told multiple times.
Perfect. Everyone comes to the middle communications area. Menezia seems to be working fairly hard, typing through things, almost like she's trying to get around something, but is unable to. While Shiva is leaning against the table watching, almost like leaning over with like her hips out, so she's like just like fully in line with the table, and then when you all walk in, she will stand at attention. And Menezia will be the first to speak, and we'll go, "Oh, Cyphers, I'm so sorry to pull you from what you were doing, but something got through, and I don't know how to get around it or negate it, or and your Quarian friend will quickly go, just tell them already. Stop dancing around it. Look."
You tell him, Shiva.
Thank you. She will click on the map, which will expand. And it looks like the rest of the galaxy is completely voided out. It looks like you cannot go anywhere. Like, everywhere else is locked to go to or look at, except for one single marker. Like, if you were to set the map for your next travel, so you know on a GPS where you're going, set like this, it's to an area near Ma'at on the far rim.
Well, I've never seen an obvious trap laid out before me in all my days. That's a lie. So, is this a computer error, or does every map that we've pulled look like this?
It seems to be something internal in our systems that we are unable to go around or against. It looks like
God
the systems...
damn it. This was the one thing we couldn't fix. Fuck. Sorry. That wasn't towards you.
Menezia is all kind of shrunk on herself. Before looking to everyone. This is the only thing that I can't get around. So whatever was left here, it looks like they're leading us exactly where they want us to go.
I didn't even need the Krogan voice for that. Worq just cracks his knuckles.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty dumb trap. We were gonna go to them regardless. They just waited. Then they could logically assume that we were going to kick their ass anyways. But I guess if we wanted to pick up things on the way. Unless.
That black hole situation holds up.
You faded out at the end of that one for me.
Unless that black hole situation holds up and they're sending us into one of those.
Is it bad if I'm not really a gambling person. That's more of everyone else's kind of thing. I like to spend my money on things that I can
Worq
enjoy.
shoots a quick glance at Adrana and then back.
But to each their own. But I would say that we're still going to use our countermeasures, but if I were a angry maniac and just got pulled off by some person that I called little girl, then I would at least try to kill him more personally than a black hole.
Oh my god. You were personally doing this because he called you a little girl, aren't you?
Oh no, I mean I was gonna do this for the money. It's just not a benefit that he insulted me.
I mean, you know what? I respect it. As far as the black hole thing is going, before I walked into the room, I actually finished a huge. Between our last meeting and now, I finished a huge bit of the code and passed it off to help, do things. Because Quill is a part of the ship, they know more about what the ship needs as far as where the code needs to be, what needs to be refined, and things of that nature. So I pass it off since then. The only thing that has actually shocked me this evening is that Quill was shocked that I finished the code. I don't know why. And you all see that, like, Darius he has been healed. He has scars that he did not have before.
So, are you gonna
What?
address what's been, and Nyx will kind of gesture to their own face.
Oh, I headbutted Worq and challenged him to sparring.
Nyx
Worq-
just
And we
doubles
didn't get to see
over
that.
in laughter.
Worq's face does not change. Worq has no change in reaction.
Quill, when did this happen?
Well, I just came back from the med bay. I had some Metagel applied. I mean, he whooped my ass. I mean, I'm not shocked. I did hand-to-hand combat with a behemoth. It's going to happen. I'm not shocked. I kind of figured it was going to happen when I went in
I've
there.
seen
I'm
Worq.
not. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not embarrassed about the fact I can hold my losses. Nothing about it bothers me.
Yeah, with all due respect, Darius, you're a bit too fragile to
What?
be doing that.
I am not fragile.
Headbutt me.
Bit. Hmm?
Do it.
That
Headbutt me.
Worq looks away.
I didn't hear. I genuinely didn't hear.
Headbutt me.
What you said. But you?
Yeah, headbutt me.
Headbutt, and Worq. If you looked at Worq, Darius, Worq looks away. Like there was no reaction when you were talking about the fight. When she says headbutt me, Worq is like.
Adrana, like, wishing they could have seen the fight, kind of whispers to Quill, just, do you have it on?
I've got you.
You're the best, Quill.
Noted.
When you say headbutt you, Nyxeris, what's your passive insight?
I think it's pretty high. Let me double check. It is 17.
17. It's not fear. I feel like both Nyx and for the two people who are the actual battle people, like frontline folks, I feel like you've got the basic thing of like Darius doesn't fear really anything. And it's not like, oh, he's too stupid to fear anything. It's just like, no, I just don't. Uh, he can pretty much outthink most things. In this case, it's I'm not going to get near you because it's not going to I'm not going to headbutt you because you don't, and it turns into like, you could see him like overthinking it, but his face is just dead set scanning you of just like, what the hell are you up to? Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, what is this? And he's just scanning you. I don't think I'm going to headbutt you, Nixeris.
Fine.
I didn't headbutt. I did it to Worq because I thought we had a problem between us, and I thought at the time he has corrected this thinking that is the way that Krogan mitigated problems between them. He then elaborated that that's not, and then continued to beat me savagely. Something that I actually respect him for. I respect you more about it. And that was purely hand to hand. Nixeris, purely hand to hand. I feel like I know for a fact that I would go down.
That's an accurate description. But I figured you wanted, learn a little bit, maybe practice taking it. At least I'm not as tall as Worq, but
Well,
He did kind of have to do this like jump headbutt thing. It was a little amusing, actually.
well,
you gotta get a running start.
3 feet taller than me. Well, you're 3 feet taller than me, Worq. And Nixeris,
Just accurately saying that you had to do a little run.
I had to run. I had to jump and do it. Yes, I'm aware. I was there. There's a video of it. Quill. Anyway.
I would like to see that video. I'd like to see that video.
Next, if we were to spar.
Movie night?
Next, if we were to spar, I would prefer it just to be one-on-one without Quill being there. And no, I would not headbutt you.
You say that now, but you might need it later, but I'll take you up on that sparring offer. Rule number 1 is to use everything at your disposal. But I'm sure that you learned that in whatever it is, the Alliance.
I would not use everything at my disposal because that would imply that weapons would be involved. I would not be drawing any of my visible weapons.
It's cute that you think that you need weapons.
I did do my best to make sure that, available.
Anyway, Adrana, how are you doing? Yeesh.
Adrana's not gonna help you out of this one.
He says to himself.
Adrana's thinking like...
Adrana, his obvious favorite. Like, like his obvious favorite of the group. He's just like, Adrana, help me.
This is the second time Adrana's sitting or walking or at the end of a conversation where they're just like, what am I hearing? Am I hearing this? Is anybody else hearing this?
Adrana, I need you to engage in this one, please. Or just stand there and let me hide behind you, because this one scares me more than anything, even though I'm not afraid of anything. He doesn't say any of that. It's like she's gonna kill us all.
They have. If we're here for a meeting, they're sitting like around the table. They're just like arms crossed. Just you're here. Do what you need. I cannot help you right now.
If you're sitting down, Darius will make it a show of walking over to you behind your chair and just dipping down behind you. And just
Gina's laughing.
It just occasionally pokes his head up from behind you.
I love that this conversation is happening like within within like earshot of like at least a third of the crew. Like,
Nix
there's
does
so
not give
many
a
people
shit.
that are like,
Oh, Shiva is laughing. Like very much like enjoying the whole interaction. With your passive, I'd say a lot of people would realize this, but when the flirtatious talking from Nixera started, Manezia definitely started looking straight down and like not at anyone.
Were we flirting? Said
Sure.
Daryl.
Nixeris is like, I'm offended that you won't fight me, and I'm also very aware of the effect that I have on Darius. So she knows. She knows what she's doing.
I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you.
Want to fight?
Nixeris wants to fight you. He wants to fight everything.
So many femmes in his family. He doesn't want to fight you. But it's like I'm not allowed to do that. I can only fight my brother.
As this conversation is ending, Manezia does seem to perk up a little bit as she states, there is communication from specters. It looks like they sent their communications back to the central line of the ship.
Not great. Well, seems like the fun's over.
Work with
Darius.
Fun. What's happening?
Darius, you get your own message from Dread. But the message here seems to be from Hale Natillan, who is the Solarian Spectre. It seems to be a video voice message. I do just want to confirm the information that you were trying to garner. Was it about the ship and how it would go through or work with black holes, or was there anything else I was missing?
Basically that, and if there was like any type of like shielding that would not, I guess like if someone was to enter in space that would be targeted with such weapons, or type of like blocking.
Okay.
Sorry if that made no sense.
No, it made sense to me. If you are missing information that I did not go over, then you just let me know, and then look at the video message expanding.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know. You see a fairly young Solarian woman pop up. She seems to be dressed in this mixture of light armor, but mainly scientist clothing with a white lab coat atop it. Her little antennae, whatever you would call these up top, almost seem to curl in to make a heart above her head, rather than them being just off center with each other. Her hands are behind her back as she immediately, with a huge smile, hello, welcome, thank you so much for reaching out to me. I never got to meet any of you, but I'm very excited to go ahead and get to know each and every one of you. Your questions were about black holes, which I find very interesting, and more I would like to learn on that later. However, at this moment, with black holes, if they are coming up, I imagine the best option would be to, 1, not go into them or go near them. However, if the circumstance did occur where you had to go near them, unfortunately, the ship is not made to counteract that, as we have not quite gotten the technology to counter the lack thereof. But I do want to point you to many features on the ship, which do include the fact that the Mirage has its own chameleon type shielding on it. So if there was something directing the black holes, as it seems to be leaning towards, it's very possible to hide from the eye of the person who can activate the black holes. But to counter them themselves would take some formulation on the ship that I would not have the knowledge to do at this moment, and I am not close enough to the ship to do it at this moment. If you need me to send any code, I absolutely can, but right now, just note that your chameleon shielding, which both physically and heat will cloak both sides, so they shouldn't be able to catch you on a radar, and they shouldn't be able to catch you in sight. Hopefully this helps. Anyway, I have many more things that I'd like to discuss with each and every one of you. I am very interested, and I'm excited to see what happens with this ship. And everyone, make sure you say hi to Quill for me. I miss her very much. Okay, bye-bye. And you see her begin to scramble to stop the video.
Well, I just feel like I just got called stupid, but hey. Let's use that.
Oh, about the shield?
Yeah.
I mean, I planned on using. Did you all forget that we can go invisible?
Yes. I said I didn't know anything about ships. Did you expect me to lie about that?
Yes.
Worq, I didn't hear you if you said anything. Still can't hear you. You're muted in Discord.
How could I forget? I never knew.
You know what? That's actually a more accurate statement. They didn't really explain. At least I didn't hear it. Maybe I forgot it. Maybe I'm getting... no, perish the thought. Not old.
Well, I've been the part of the team that's been piloting this ship. When I'm not here, Shiva does a fantastic job. He looks and he nods towards Shiva. But yes, we are able to cloak ourselves. The coding that I've been doing is so we can pinpoint the exact location of said energy signature in an effort to locate them quickly and also to help in our evasion of said weapon. Because if it takes, there's no way it does not take time to lock itself up. That way we can get out of direct line of sight and activate said cloak when need be.
I'm not gonna argue with that. I mean, if we cloak and we get there, they can't activate the black hole in us, because if they activate the black hole in us, they're activating it on themselves.
Well, yes. Unless they... I don't know. I'm actually not going to finish that sentence because I was going to turn it to a moment of like when I give Serenity too much information that they didn't have and just incorporated it. Daryl had to tell them to shut up. Daryl had to say, "Shut up, Daryl."
Manezia will lift up her head and look to everyone and go, I believe there is also... Shiva was telling me about this, but there was something she was working on with Quill to try to counter magnetic pulse. I think it will take a little bit more work, but I mean, she's amazing. So, and immediately you see the Quarian just start to like push her hand in like a pshaw type of way, and go, it's only a theory that I have. It's not necessarily done yet, but we've come across some bad things in the past, so I figure it's better to be over-prepared. So if that's something maybe someone could try to help me with, I could at least get it working to a point that, positive versus negative would,
Who on this ship would be the one to help you with coding out and building who? I did. Come on now. We sit
Yes,
next to each other. You could have just asked me.
Adrana just lifts
Also-
Darius's hand from if they're still behind Adrana. Just
But Adrana, don't you know? Do you know?
This one volunteers.
Why are you raising my hand? You know electronics.
not as well as
Nothing
you.
on that one. You just didn't want. So you just didn't want to do it.
I know guns. I know how to shoot from very far distances. I know how to make cute little jokes. Electronics, I leave to you.
Guns, and I know being cute. We almost have borderline the same skill set. I think, possibly. I don't know. Maybe. I could just be making that up.
Anyway, this one's the one you need.
Adrana, you're still my favorite of the crew.
I mean, I'll take whatever help I could get. I just want to make sure I'm useful. But I'll do what I can. So, fuck everything else I had planned for tonight. We're doing this.
What else were you going to do? Pilot the ship?
And read a book. It's basically on autopilot.
The crew does have
You were gonna
lives outside of what
you
they
were
do
gonna
too.
be smart.
What did you say?
Whom? Me?
You?
I said you were gonna read smut, weren't you?
No, this is Shiva. It's not me. You don't know. How dare you? The character bleed isn't always real.
This
So
time.
Shiva was gonna be reading some smut.
No.
Just some real medical drama smut.
Maybe you should just talk to her about it. Anyway, anything else before this meeting breaks?
Nix, if you're serious about sparring, I'm not going to headbutt you, but obviously knowing how each other fight on the battlefield is something that can be advantageous for us. So, later time, we can work that out. No weapons. Same rules as with work. Same rules as with work. Oh my god, you're gonna beat my ass again. Actually,
If it makes you feel better, I won't use my biotic.
and I won't use my technology or try to hit you more than the one time. Worq, you're forgetting the fact that I only headbutted you once. I could have dodged and dipped and dodged a lot of those hits, and I just took them. Granted,
That was
you hit hard as shit.
your
You
decision,
hit hard as
not
shit.
mine.
You know,
You
after
hit hard as.
I
Yes,
think
I
that
know it was my decision.
I think that the four of us could probably do some round robin of sorts, with and without things. But let's just try to survive this mission first, okay?
Every time you say something, Nixeris, I don't know if there's a underlying tone with it.
Always.
You
Always.
confuse me to a point where I try to avoid you.
Oh, I've noticed.
Yes, and I'm very good at avoiding things when I want to. And I'm gonna bonus action hide.
Just
I'm
deuces.
gonna roll a stealth. Can I roll a stealth in this room?
Are you going to go? Are you leaving the room?
No, I don't have to leave the room.
Also, say we're adjourning the meeting,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
you can roll.
It does the
Worq-
gif that's like deuces and then just fades away.
Worq is gonna leave this meeting like Bunk Moreland. He just shakes his head, like just walks out. Just like, I don't know if you learned anything.
What did
He
we
did
learn
it.
here? I don't know.
Nothing. So to end off our episode, who are we? Who are we? You know who you are. How do we want to start it?
I think after the team has dinner, Nixeris will kind of will message Adrana. Meet me in the armory.
They will respond really quickly, just probably have a couple of drinks. So they're just like, oh, testing out mods? Be there right in a sec.
Sure. Smiley face.
Jesus Christ.
They'll go to the armory and pretty much kind of like knock right before just. You left out of there quick.
Yeah, I drinks and I knew that we weren't going to get to sparring today, and Darius is still avoiding eye contact, so figured it's best to, head out, get the mind clear before big mission. But I wanted you to know that if there is something between you and Junie, I'm totally okay with just backing away. I don't want to mess up something if there's something in between you two.
Adrana stands like usual with their hands crossed, but it relaxes them. I don't know where Nixeris is, but they get really close to them and just. Honestly, I thought something was happening with the two of you when I walked in. Which, again, I'm also on the same wavelength. If you want me to back away, say the word.
Can I insight check Adrana? Are you cool with that? Cool.
What do I do?
If you are trying to, I guess if you're trying to disguise what your intentions are.
No.
Okay.
No, they're not.
Bet.
They're fully genuine what they say.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's just what Nixeris is going for, to be like, are we sure? Or I am totally not opposed to.
Wait.
More.
Wait. Adrana kind of flips in closer and kind of breaks in like the breaks of distance, and will, if Nixeris allows, kind of tilt their chin up.
Absolutely.
More. Granted, I've seen how we've clicked over a couple missions. I'm curious about that more too.
I did always say that I had a soft spot for Turians, and it looks like I find the first two, and something just clicks. So what can I say? But it's more than that. More than, who you are. We do gel well together, but I didn't really think that you were an option, to be honest. But if you are, I'd love that.
And as usual, we were thinking the same thing. And Adrana will lean in and kiss Nixeris if they allow.
Yes, Nixeris is like so greedy. It's like, fuck yeah, let's go.
I would love, if it's okay, at this point, you two are making out in the armory. And Junie opens the door. And there's just that moment of, like, there's like a multifaceted range of emotions that start with oh my god, I'm so sorry, to, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and like a little bit in between before he will clear his throat and turn and go, sorry, I'm sorry.
Don't be.
I can leave.
Do you want to leave?
If not, then you're just wasting time.
There is a solid, like, you can see him go through a pro and con list in his head. And
Thinking too long, fool. Thinking too long.
pros and cons
I
in
think-
his head before he will walk into the armory room, place his hand back behind the wall to close the door, and will keep his palm there just for a moment longer before there's a sturdy click. And
Good decision.
I think as he walks up, and will fully take both of you and push you, not push, but like corral you towards one of those tables that's blank, and then we'll stand between the two of you and whisper, I think you both were having a bit of a concern about me and my hands. Let's settle that, huh?
Jesus fucking Christ.
And we will fade to black, and we will cut for the night. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We banged, okay?
This has been a Mass Effect of all time.
Mass Effect of all time. I am Serenity. I'm ClickClackSnac all over the internet. This was fun. I like this stuff. You can find all my content all over the internet. I do stuff like that. Fairly common. Anyway, sideline, I like Mass Effect, I like TTRPGs. Sparrow.
No, hold on. You're forgetting something, aren't you?
What?
Wasn't there like some like announcement about you that came out?
Oh, am I saying it?
Do you want me to say it?
I didn't know if I was allowed to say it. Shit, I don't know.
What do you mean?
On,
It's like, okay, whatever.
it was on the internet.
It was on the internet.
Everyone doesn't know already?
There's like 4 different mediums of internet, so you have to just kind of coat
say
the throat, as it were. Say it.
I can say
Coat
it.
the throat. That was the one you went with.
That,
Damn, the timing on that.
It matches. I'm pretty sure this is what you're referring to. I'm now an official member with Feywild and Out.
Yippee!
So I'm so excited to be a part of this. This is the first look into what I can do, and I'm terrified for everything continuing forward. I'm very thankful that they all wanted me to be here, and it makes my heart so warm and full. And I'm excited to do good stuff together, and I guess horny shit now because, ta-da. Was that the thing? Was that the right thing, Sparrow?
I mean, yeah, you ran with it like we were hoping you would, but yeah, that was the gist.
Perfect. I nailed it.
you did it.
Totally planned. Sparrow.
Hi, I am aBlackSparrow. I am a co-founder here at Feywild and Out. I want to remind you that you can enter to get yourself a copy of Mass Effect, the board game! !ME giveaway! !ME giveaway! I'll do it because I can. There you go. Go ahead and enter because we will announce who won next week, next Monday, because that's the finale of season 1 of Mass Effect Mirage. I played Worq. I had a lot of fun. Always a joy. Always a pleasure to be here. My pronouns are he, him. Worq's pronouns are he, him. You can find me at pretty much everywhere at aBlackSparrow. I'm very slowly returning to the internet. And I will turn it over to the lovely and incredibly talented Maz.
Hello. Hi, I'm Moz. You can find me everywhere at It's Mozzarelle or here with 3 L's. I am a voice actor. I also run games over at StarCrawl RPG. For the next couple of weeks, we are running Wander Home with an incredible cast, raising money for the Loveland Foundation. The promos, everything will be there. So if you guys want to check it out, either check out my profile or StarCrawl RPG. If you can donate, that's amazing. If you can support by retweeting or sending it around for our wonderful incentives, I try to make it like a story collaborative kind of incentives because it is Wonder Home and it really is GM-less. So I wanted to include the players' input as much as possible, as well as provide incentives. It is an amazing organization and like an important time right now to celebrate and share incredible news like that. So if you see those promos, please feel free to retweet, share to people you know. It'll be amazing. Other than that, you can catch me tomorrow on Catchy Cantrips, or playing Savita, the demigoddess of passion, on Winter Tales, and Castaway over on Game Master Monday, where they're also raising money for trans. Oh my goodness, I forgot the charity bit, but it's for trans rights, and incredible organization as well. And every week, a survivor leaves the island, and Sia has survived almost 5 weeks. I don't know if this might be my last week. I don't know. We'll see. You have to come and find out. But yeah, I'll hand it over to Daryl.
Hello, I'm DarrylDorsey. You can find me at most places at Mr_DarrylDorsey or just DarrylDorsey. I played Darius Okar. I almost said one of my other characters that I play on not this channel. Darius Okar, your infiltrate the Pistolero. Things that I have upcoming is this Saturday is now official. I will be running a charity Vampire the Masquerade game on my personal channel, Daryl Sucks at Gaming. That is sucks spelled SUX because I am not that good. I'm just doing my best. It'll be this Saturday between 4 and 7. All the promotions and Tiltify links and all that things will be up. Will be coming through this week because we just solidified schedules of everyone. It'll be benefiting the fires out in California. Once again, so Tiltify links will be put out there so you know exactly what charity you're putting your cash forth if you choose to watch. Other than that, what can you see me on? You can see me here up until our finale, I suppose. Ugh. Well, we I guess it has to be a finale, I guess, and me playing the classically not horny character, but but mostly it's just Daryl just not being aware that everyone's playing horny characters, and Darius is very much a horny character, and me just being like, oh, that's what we were doing, my bad. You can also find me occasionally on 8 Got Crit as Prince Marcus Thorne, the Prince of Philadelphia, in the Vampire the Masquerade game over on that channel, where I show up every now and then when everyone else is screwed up and I have to. What is the last thing I did? I dismembered somebody in front of an entire theater and had my Gould tiger eat portions of them. So
Wild.
that's what I get up to. Huh? What did you say?
I said wild.
Yeah. When I'm a vampire, it's not. You don't want to give me power. I'm a Toreador vampire with a Gould white tiger. and vast resources. It is wild, but right now those are the places to find me. And I'll pass this off to Jade.
Hey y'all, I'm Jade Valkyrie. I'm a co-founder here at Feywild. You can find me at most places at Jade Valkyrie. Here is Jade Valkyrie with a 3 at the end. You can mostly find me on like Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky, and YouTube at the moment while I figure out the stream schedule. However, I will be on Ubisoft's stream at the end of February. I'll be talking about accessibility in Assassin's Creed. And we'll be playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'll have more information like about the timing of that, but yes, at the end of February, talking about accessibility, which is cool because I don't really get to talk about it a lot. So, and I think that's most things besides checking me for the social and of course the finale next week. So. We are going to be rating out, but make sure that you are entering into that giveaway because we will be pulling said giveaway next week. So until then, bye bye.